Hello and welcome to another Royal Reviewer channel episode. In today's video we take a look inside Prince Charles and the Duchess of Cornwall Camilla's library at Clarence House. Clarence House is sometimes open to the public and features portraits of the Queen and the Queen Mother. It also boasts landscapes by 18th century artists and a collection of objects including a Chinese snuff bottle. The library was used by the Queen Mother for dinners and is used now by Charles and Camilla for visitors. The Duchess of Cornwall, Camilla, offered royal fans a look inside the library at Clarence House in this photograph, which was released to mark her latest radio appearance. Camilla was photographed in her official London home during a recording of the Emma Barnett show, which she guest edited for BBC Radio 5. The library is used by Prince Charles and the Duchess of Cornwall for official engagements and is one of the 5 rooms on the ground floor of the house that are open to the public. The Queen Mother, who lived at Clarence House for almost 5 decades, used the room for intimate dinners. Over the following series of photographs, we look at just 10 of the objects in the library at Clarence House. This painting is thought to depict the Chapter and Order of the Garter, held by Queen Anne at Kensington Palace on the 4th of August 1713, and is an 1899 copy of an original painting that is dated to the 1720s. The ceremony was unusually held at Kensington Palace rather than Windsor Castle, where it is held to this day, due to the ill health of Queen Anne at the time. The Queen is seen seated to the right of the painting beneath a green canopy, and is depicted leaning forward to touch the hand of a kneeling Knight of the Garter, who is being presented to her by another knight. The painting, which hangs above the door from the library to the corridor, is attributed to an M.C. Hennell. This is thought to be the artist Mary C. Hennell, who exhibited at the Royal Academy in 1917. Next, we see a landscape with a large tree, signed and dated 1780. This painting of a country landscape is one of 18 pictures by artist John Taylor that were presented to King George IV by the artist's son, Dr. J. Taylor, in 1822. Another of Taylor's paintings hangs on the other side of the door in the library. There is a third housed by the Royal Collection. As the name suggests, the focus of the piece is a large tree in the middle of a woodland area. A viaduct can be seen in the background. Next, we take a look at a pair of display cabinets with gilt bronze detailing and 4 Chinese snuff bottles. Either side of the door to the corridor is a pair of rectangular hanging display cabinets which house a collection of objects including the ornate Chinese snuff bottles. Unlike many items in the Royal Collection, the designer of these pretty little cabinets is not known. The cabinets feature beautiful gilt bronze detailing. Above, the glass doors are stylised leaves set in a U-shape. Among the objects on display in the glass cabinets is a Chinese snuff bottle, which was given to the royal family as a Christmas present in 1914 by aristocratic humanitarian Lady Paget. Lady Paget was married to British diplomat Sir Ralph Spencer Paget and helped set up a military hospital in Belgrade during the First Balkan War, and later became president of the American Women's War Relief Fund, which was founded to fund and aid First World War relief efforts. The tiny snuff bottle is just 7 centimetres tall. The piece is beautifully carved with flowering peony bush and butterflies and a fish in water with clouds coming out of its mouth. The piece is topped with a coral stopper. Next, we take a look at an open armchair dated 1813 and a carved and gilded wood stool 1828. This is one of a set of 7 matching red silk armchairs bought from Tatton Bailey and Saunders. Originally founded in the 1780s, the company was responsible for supplying furniture to the Royal Pavilion and the Prince Regent's household generally. There is a matching chair on the other side of the door, next to the corridor. Designer Nicholas Morel had previously worked for George IV when he was still the Prince of Wales on furnishings for Carlton House and the Royal Pavilion at Brighton, and he had impressed enough to earn yet another royal commission. In order to fulfil the contract, he entered into partnership with George Seddon, whose family had large and long established furniture workshops in Aldersgate Street in the City of London. The stool, which features carved and gilded wood and lion's paw feet, is positioned beneath an armchair in the library. There is a second stool beneath the matching armchair on the other side of the door, out to the corridor. On the wall behind the Duchess of Cornwall is a painting of Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother. The portrait was completed in 1923, the year she became the Duchess of York, on her marriage to the Duke of York, later King George VI. Then, in her early 20s, the Duchess of York is depicted seated in an armchair with a green sash draped over the back. She is holding white gloves and a straw hat. The painting, possibly commissioned by Queen Elizabeth the Queen Mother herself, was the work of Russian artist Savely Serene, who trained at the Imperial Academy of Fine Arts in St. Petersburg before moving to Paris. An exhibition of Serene's work in London that year may have provided the motivation for the commission. This display table is part of a pair designed and made by William Gates in the late 1770s. It is thought they at one point furnished the apartment of George IV, who was then Prince of Wales, which his father King George III had ordered as part of the construction of a new wing on the north side of Buckingham House. Today, the gilded display cases which feature carved legs and hinged tops are used to showcase various items in the library at Clarence House. It is thought these pieces were originally built with marble tops and later replaced with glass. The second display table is located on the other side of the door in the library. On either side of the double doors leading out to the morning room are a pair of ornate gilded bronze candelabra. The four light candelabra each feature a baluster shaft, surmounted by an urn, with reeded acanthus scroll branches, terminating in Egyptian masks. The lower stem with Egyptian terms and circular domed footcast, with acanthus. The provenance of the candelabra is not known, but they were included in an 1827 to 1833 inventory of some of the royal family's clocks, vases, candelabra, and other miscellaneous items. And finally, a portrait of Princess Elizabeth, dated 1948. The portrait hangs on the opposite side of the door to her mother's portrait. The portrait was by Russian artist Savely Serene and was commissioned by the princess's mother, then Queen Elizabeth. It was completed the year after Princess Elizabeth was married to the Duke of Edinburgh at Westminster Abbey. The composition is typical of Serene's work and features a similar cool colour palette to her mother's matching portrait. The princess is depicted wearing a white chiffon décolleté dress with blue sash, tied in a bow around her waist, and a double string of pearls around her neck. Thank you for watching this video. If you have enjoyed it, then please give it a big old thumbs up. Don't forget to share on social media, and also hit the notification bell so that you know whenever I upload a new video. Also, please do remember to subscribe to the channel. So from me in Shropshire, goodbye.